Screen Park Unlimited.
This one is also set in Newport, Isle of Wight, and it's called The MAUVE Lady. Graham was certain that another of the school ghosts was a woman. It was her footsteps he heard when the building was empty. She has also been seen walking up and down Lockley Street, affectionately known as the MAUVE Lady of Lockley Street, because of the mauve crinoline dress she wears. This gentle ghost haunts the offices there. In 1979, she was seen by two visiting Americans who were sheltering from a sudden thunderstorm in the doorway of the former Newport, Hayes and Co. office, next door to the old school, noticing a figure in a long cloak crossing the road towards them. They said, "What awful weather this is." The women said, "Ay," in apparent agreement, and walked past them, straight through the solid wooden door. Staff at the solicitor's office, which has now relocated, never saw her, but they occasionally heard her footsteps tapping up the stairs, and searched for her in vain. We became quite used to it after a while, said Secretary Margaret Snow. Meanwhile, back at the youth centre, former caretaker Ray Edwards and his wife Joan became accustomed to the sweet smell of hay wafting down the staircase late at night after the youngsters had gone home. In the building now used as offices, the school's houses were once stable, but not a wisp of hay has lain there for many years. However, on a warm, still evening, the old sweet aroma fills the air, and sometimes riding boots can be heard mounting those stairs. Ghostly goings-on in the council offices hit the headlines when women working in the former South Wight Borough Council's office in Newport were so scared that they called the police. While working overtime on the new electrical register, the 6 women all heard heavy footsteps in an empty office overhead, the sound of a chair being dragged across the floor, and a door opening. Margaret Chandler, who has now retired, said they had all been petrified. The police officer made a thorough search but didn't find anything. After he had gone, the noises started again, but we decided to stick out. After that, we got quite used to the strange things happening, and nicknamed our ghost Fred. We never saw him, but we were convinced there was a ghost in the old building. He would sometimes take things such as scissors, pencils, and other small objects, but would always bring them back again later. I am sure he had quite a sense of humour. Every door with springs close would fly open. Cupboard doors would also be opened, and footsteps were heard in the empty corridors. The offices in Powell Street, in appropriate Chantry House, which was originally one of Newport's religious foundations, dating back to 1949. The present house was built in the mid-1720s. Margaret worked at the Pearl Street offices, formerly the old Rural District Council headquarters, from 1966 until they closed in 1990. I said when we moved out that poor old Fred would be lonely. She added, Margaret was often teased by colleagues who didn't believe in ghosts. However, she had the last laugh when a local postman confirmed her story. His mum had worked as a cleaner there, but she always refused to go into the building alone at night. He often had to accompany her. He agreed with Margaret. This building is haunted. So that's the end of that ghost story. So it's time to say cue those credits. Goodbye.